Welcome back. It's time to delve deeper into the Craig Carton scandal. The Boomer and Carton co-host was arrested this morning by the FBI over an alleged $5.6 million ticket scam. We're here with Bob, an insider on the New York sports media scene, as well as retired Superior Court Judge Anthony Mellaci, who will try and help us understand more about these charges. So, Judge, let's start with you. These are federal charges. How serious are these allegations? Well,
they're very serious. They're federal charges out of the Southern District of New York, and they charge him right now in 3 counts in the original complaint. But that doesn't mean that's the only charges that could be forthcoming. That's just the complaint itself. He's charged with conspiracy to commit securities and wire fraud, security fraud, and wire fraud. So 3 separate counts. And they total about 45 years in prison as a maximum if he's convicted.
Fines as well, or just jail time?
Fines as well, in excess, I believe, of $1 million.
Wow. So what does the legal process then look like from here?
Well, today he's supposed to appear in court for his first appearance. Usually at the first appearance, they decide whether or not they're going to detain the individual. Mr. Carton's case, he likely will be able to be released, subject to turning in his passport, things like that. Then it slows down. The government will continue their investigation. They go at their pace as far as when they want to present the matter to the grand jury. Mr. Carton's attorneys will likely waive what's known as a probable cause hearing or preliminary hearing, which will give the government time to operate at their own pace.
So this could take quite a while.
It could, yes.
All right, let's turn to you, Bob. A question for you now. Put this into the context of the sports media scene, a scandal like this. Have we ever seen anything like this?
Well, from a radio standpoint, not a legal situation, but when Don Imus was fired from WFAN, where Craig Carton is working, for racist comments he made about the Rutgers women's basketball team, that was a pretty big story. This story really affects FAN at the worst time. Not only they have Carton now, his future is in doubt on the morning show, which is with Boomer Esiason, which is highly profitable, good ratings, and seem to be going up. They also have Mike Francesa saying he's going to retire in December. So you have your 2 parts, your morning drive and your afternoon drive, that generate the most revenue for a station in flux, in question. Who's going to be manning the microphones here? Who are they going to get to replace Carton? Because I don't think he's going to get back anytime soon, if ever. So you have to look at that. The other piece of that puzzle is FAN was just sold to Entercom, a company in New England that purchased the CBS radio network. So what you have there is the fact that they purchased all these stations, with FAN being the crown jewel. Now they really don't know who the talent is going to be that's been bringing all this money. It's questionable.
So obviously some changes forthcoming at WFAN. Another question for you, Judge. How does the celebrity factor into this case specifically?
Well, I think it factors in quite a bit. If the government goes soft or light on their investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carton, it looks like, pardon the expression, the fix is in. I think he's going to be dealt with pretty harshly. Now, having said that, from the information that I've read, it appears that this has been an ongoing investigation for some time. We probably just have a tip of the iceberg here, because in the complaint itself, all has to be established by the government is probable cause. So they didn't have to give all the information and everything they have from their investigation. They just have to give enough so it can sustain a hearing if that's requested at a later date.